Hello, welcome back. I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to everyone as well. Season's greetings. So I'm back on the truck. I've been gone for a week. I went to what was it? Fairburn, Georgia, to Baldwin, Florida, last Sunday, and I dropped off Monday morning at somewhere in Baldwin. It's a DC somewhere. I think it's a Costco's or something like that. I think it is, or it's a Bilo or something. Anyway, I don't know, but that was the last day. Monday was the last day that I worked because I dropped my load off, and then I did hit it 300 some miles. So I stopped at, once I did hit it, I stopped at Jackson, Georgia, at the Peterbilt to get my truck turned up, because for some reason it tell the Peterbilts they're governor at 66 miles per hour. So I got it governor at 70. Well, from my understanding in the contract that I didn't read none of that in no contract, because I read the contract at tail like 3-4 times over and over to make sure that I had it right. But they claim in the contract that the trucks can only be governed at 70 miles, right? Now I know that's a lot, because I anyway. But I'm okay with it being governed at 70. At least I'm not doing 66 anymore. And I had to pay for it out of my pocket, which was $250. Right, when they could just put they could have just put the little machine on there and turn it up. That's all they had to do. But it's okay, because I want to go a little faster anyway. It is my truck. I'm investing into my truck anyway, so I guess. So people have been requesting for me to do my settlement. Well, a person he requested for me to do my settlements. Now I've had 3 settlements already altogether. So my first settlement, I don't know what's going on with my lip right here. I guess I probably bit it too hard or something. But my first settlement was decent. It was decent. My second one was good. My third one, no, it wasn't as good, but I know why it's like that anyway. So I guess I could do a video of my settlements to show you guys what I brought home for the first 3 weeks. Now my next settlement coming out Friday isn't going to be much either, because I only did 1 load. Now let's remind you, I did 2 loads last week, and I'll show you what I have. But for me to do 2 loads in 1 week and still bring money home is actually good, even though it wasn't as much as I'm used to. It wasn't much at all. But if you guys want to see any more, just let me know. But I'll show you my first 3. I'm gonna go off and then I'll come back. Okay, you guys, so I'm showing you from the tablet. So this is my first check. The date was 12/11 when I received it. So my first load, if you guys can remember, I let the driver manager give me a load, and I shouldn't have did that. But I should have just did the empty, when it got an empty trailer from somewhere and got the 50 cents a mile. So I'm going to point at it. So the empty miles order, that was the load. That was a load. So I was paid $93 for 187 miles, right? So they do a percentage of the no. This is the defense driving courses and the courses that they pay $18 for. That came, and the winter driving. So I also did, these are the videos when you're in orientation that they tell you guys to do so you can get the $18, and you have to do them anyway. So the transition bonus was $1,500, but that went to tail. But they still put it on my check, making it like I made that, like they gave it to me. My orientation was $85 a day, so it was 3 days in all, and it came up to $255. Altogether for the total miscellaneous pays, it was $1902.50. Now for my trips. So for my trips, for some reason I'm looking at this. It say this trip only paid $140. I got $91, and I did 65% of that. So that 65% of that $140 was $91 for me. My fuel surcharge for that load, that was the load for what the broker gave me. The fuel surcharge was $10.31, and you know, all of that fuel surcharge comes back to me. Then the collision pay, which is the 1 cent, that's how you get 66%, right? My bad, you guys, I was trying to move that hair. But that's how you get 66%. So they break it down. You still get that, the percentage of the revenue. You get 65% of that. And then the collision pay is 1 cent. So for that load, for the 140, that 1% was $1.40. The truck miles was 187. That really sucked. Had I known, I would never have done that. Anyway, so the total amount for that load was $102.71. So for my next load, this is the load that came from the load board that I picked myself from Michigan. When I left from North Canton and went to Michigan, Michigan was like, from North Canton, Ohio, it was 247 miles. I actually feel like it was a little longer, but anyway. So I picked the load from Michigan going to Alabama, and that load, the percentage of revenue for that load was $3,079, and 65% of that load was $2,001.35 for me. The collision pay was the $3,071. That's the same thing, but the 1 cent of that was $30.79. Then the trip miles, 247,835. Now on here you don't see the fuel surcharge because they did not pay it out to me that week, but they did it the next week. So for that load, I made $2,032.14, right? So altogether for those two trip loads, it came up to $2134.85, and that was the only two loads that I could get. Those were the only loads that I had for that check. But the whole thing, the total wages for that was $4,037.35. Now let's get to these deductions, right? So I know it's looking crazy, but I definitely get it. I definitely get why it's looking crazy. So they have all these deductions coming out. So they have the deduction buyback, which is $7.16. Then the bobtail insurance through the company is $5.77. Accidental, I chose to get that because you can get it or you can pick it or not. It's $24.70. Then the physical damage is $117.75. Now remember that $1,500 that was included into the check, it came out of my check and it went straight to tail down payment $1,500 right here. So the next, the communication, which is this, was $22.60. Now the fuel came out. One day I did $246.61. Now this fill up right here, the 460 and 53 cents. That was the first time that I fueled. So that fuel was that much because I was on E, if you guys could remember as well. Now on the operator security escrow, which I'm thinking is coming from the company, is $100. Came out on this week, on the first week. Then the tail maintenance escrow was $14.96, and then the total deduction, then the other tail escrow was $101.52. Now this one was for, I'm thinking, the IFTA. That's what I think it was for, the IFTA. So in all, the total deductions came out to $2,600. Let's remember that the $1,500 went to tail as well for my down payment for my truck. So I actually think that was pretty decent for the first couple days because I came in. I didn't get I got my load Wednesday, but it was probably like around 2 or 3, and then I had to drop it off that morning at like 1:45 the next day. So I picked my next load up the same day and then took it to Alabama. So that was actually decent. So the check amount that came to me was $1435.75. So I actually think that was pretty decent for that first week. Now let's get to the full week that I have had. Now I can't remember all these places that I went to, but I will try my best. So I picked the first load that I picked. The revenue was $1,045.36. So 65% of that was $679.48. And then the fuel surcharge, which comes to me, was $169.88. All that comes to me. Then the collision was $10.45. The miles I did was 60. The empty miles I did was 60. The loaded miles was 584. Now this load right here, where it just have the fuel surcharge, $256. That's the load that in the first check they didn't pay me for in Michigan. So it was $256.52. So we're moving on. Percentage rate, the load was $18.64.80. 65% of that to me is $12. The fuel surcharge was $193.20. The collision was $18.65. Then the empty miles was 127 miles. The loaded miles was 840. Now my next load that I did, the revenue was $2,082.30. The 65% of that was $1354.50. Yeah, so the collision pay was $20. the empty miles. Now I had the deadhead a few 214 miles, and the loaded was 629. So altogether for that, it was $39.96, 93 cents. That wasn't even a full 4,000, but you can say. So now the deductions are like lower, just a little bit lower. The buyback is still the same, $7.16. The bobtail is still the same. All of those still be the same. So you got $24.70 for the accident insurance. Then you have the physical damage insurance, which is $117.75. Now they still charged for the communicators $22.60. Now I did do a lot of fuel. I feel like I did a lot of fuel that week because I was like running. I was running. So the first one I did was 206. Then the second one was 243. 246.33. Then the third one was 259.60. The fourth one was 295.56. The escrow pay $100 came out again. Then this time for the tail maintenance, it was $196.32. Because I did almost about 2,500 miles. Now this tail payment is the IFTA, and it's the IFTA and something else. Can't recall. Excuse me, you guys. Goodness. Excuse me. This on the operator pass, that is for my tag and everything, which was $20, so that won't come out again. So my full amount for my check was $24.62.97. That came to me. So now we're on my last week, which really sucked. Okay, that was a good one. So remember, I only did 2 loads, okay, for this week. I only did 2 loads on this one. So the percentage for the first load, I can't tell you where I was at. I really cannot. The percentage for the first load was, the revenue was $21.67.73. $14.09.02 of that came to me. Then the fuel surcharge was $192.47. All that comes to me. The collision pay was $21.68. That's how you get that. That's how you get that that extra percentage. So the total miles empty was 228. Loaded miles was 942. The next one was 88.88. Right, I picked that one because I was trying to stay in the area, go home. 888. So I received $547.60. They did not pay me for my fuel surcharge, so they're gonna put it on this week's check. This is the last check that I had. So the collision pay was $8.84. The empty miles was 19. The loaded miles was 168. Altogether to the truck was 2206. Only reason it was like that because I was trying to stay in the area. I picked these loads so I could cover my truck note and everything else that needed to be covered. So now the deductions are still, well, it's a little higher. Only because I did something crazy. Yeah, only because I did some crazy stuff. I didn't even need it. I don't even know why I did it. So the buyback was $7.16. The bobtail insurance was $5.77. Same thing. The accident $24.70. The damage insurance $117.75. Now I do have my mother on as a passenger, and they just started taking $1.85 out. Then the communication is $22.60. Like I said, I did something crazy. This was you guys, but this was the advance that I did. We're going to continue this video on. This is the advance that I did. It was a $100 that I did, but I guess they charge a dollar. So it was 101 came back out. I don't even know why I did the advance. I just did it just to see. I don't know. So the fuel, I only did 2 fuels. I made sure of that. So it's 189.61 to fill it up all the way. Then I did the big one for $442.04, and then I was done with the fuel for that week. The owner operator escrow was $100. The tail was $108.56. Now this check, my first truck payment came out on my 3rd check, which was $724 altogether. So with that, the total deductions was $1845. So remember, it was $2206. I did all this just to cover everything. I did those 2 loads just to cover everything like this because I knew it was gonna be high. So my check was $361, which wasn't bad for just 2 loads and all the deductions that was coming out as well. So there it is, you guys. Welcome back. So I did my settlements, my USA Truck settlements for 3 weeks. Those are only 3 checks that I received. So I actually think it was pretty decent for just starting out with them. I've made more money in 1 month than I ever have with Warner. So I can say that it's definitely decent. Now, I want to find a load. Well, I have a load already. I'm actually here at Beach Island, South Carolina. Yeah, Beach Island, South Carolina, at Kimberly-Clark. Now, what was supposed to be a dropping hook turns into a live load. How? Anyway, I'm headed from Beach Island, South Carolina. I'm headed to Tyler, Texas. So I'm supposed to be there on the 30th. I don't know what happened to my lip. Dang. Anyway, but I'm headed to Tyler, Texas. So from Tyler, Texas, I still haven't found a load. So I guess I could do a video of the load board for you guys as well to see what I see, because I see on there yesterday and last week sometime that there wasn't nothing. Now this load that I am getting is pretty decent for my first day coming back. So I'll do another video on the load board and I'll be back with you guys. holiday, right? But my goodness, yeah, give me something to work with. Okay, I see something. I see something. 31st. Pick up the 31st. What's the details? Grand Prairie Warehouse. Is it? Isn't this a Walmart? Maybe. No, it's going to Walmart. So it's going to Douglas, Georgia. 17. I'm going to request that. On the 31st, they pick up 11 a.m. Yeah, I'm going to request that. 2 p.m. Yeah, let's see if it's a live load. They're not going to tell me yet. Yeah, they putting things on here, so hopefully it's at 1746. It has to be delivered on the 2nd. 1746 to 270. I mean, that's how much the load costs. And it's the broker paying $270 for the fuel surcharge.
I've been here.
I think I found something. Hopefully,
This sucks.
hopefully they have it. And you know what? I don't even care how heavy it is. I just need to make money. That way I can also go home too. I think I found something. They don't have any loads though. They really don't. That's good. So we'll see. So you guys, I think I found something else. So hopefully I did. So I hope you guys have a blessed day. I'm going to be done with these videos for today. I'll probably come back tomorrow or the next day, depending on how I'm feeling. I'm going to probably cook tonight. So I could probably do a video of me cooking tonight as well. So you guys have a blessed day. Peace.